Hello everyone, we are live at CPAC 2020. I'm your host, Amelia Kane, and I'm sitting down with Bob Popper, Director of the Election Integrity Project, and one of our senior attorneys. Bob, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, it's great to be here.
Now Bob, can you refresh our viewers' memory as to what the NVRA is?
Sure, the NVRA is the National Voter Registration Act of 1993, and it was a compromise bill that said everyone registers when they go to the Department of Motor Vehicles if they want to, and at the same time, states have to get rid of registrants from the voter rolls if they move to other states, and they have to have a process for doing that.
Now moving forward, you filed a cert petition with the state of Hawaii. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's a cert petition with the Supreme Court, and it's not NVRA related, but we're asking the Supreme Court to hear our case. In Hawaii, they constructed a statewide vote that was supposed to be restricted to Native Hawaiians. And you could prove your Native Hawaiian citizenship with birth documents, and you had to prove you had a single drop of Native Hawaiian blood. The whole thing was terribly offensive. We represented people who couldn't vote in that election, and it was to elect a statewide Native Hawaiian government. That would be something like a tribe, but not quite a tribe. Anyway, we enjoined that election. We got an injunction from the Supreme Court enjoining it, basically, and the people who tried to structure that election, including the state of Hawaii, immediately undid everything they were doing. And then they said, case is over, we agreed case is over, and we said, we prevailed. And because we prevailed, we get legal fees. And so that's what this fight is all about. And we're saying, of course, we won because we got a court order and they undid everything. And their argument is, well, that's not why we undid everything. We just wanted to, and we don't find that persuasive. And so we've been up through the courts, and 2 days ago we filed a cert petition with the Supreme Court.
Okay. Now, this next question hits home for me because I'm an Iowan myself. You uncovered dirty voting rolls in that state. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. What we do is we look at all the states. Every 2 years there's a huge data dump from the federal government, from the Election Assistance Commission. We look at all the voter rolls. We look for counties that have more registered voters than citizens over the age of 18 who lawfully could register. And that's a sign. If you have a greater than 100% registration rate, something's not right. We identified, based on data that the state of Iowa certified to the federal government, we identified 8 counties. We put that out there before the Iowa caucuses, and the Secretary of State said, no, that's all wrong, it's fake news, it's not true. And when the dust had settled, he said that pursuant to new numbers, the Washington Post figured there were 5 counties instead of 8. Now, the new numbers aren't certified. The new numbers have never been sent to the federal government. The new numbers are, for now, just numbers that they assert. But even if they're true, 5 counties is not good. You don't win an award for having 5 counties with 100% plus registration rate. So, it was a sort of a flap over nothing. We all agree that there are these counties that have too many registrations in Iowa.
Now, is even 95% a high registration rate? 80%, would you say?
Yes, you've been reading up on this, haven't you? Because yes, 80% no, but I would say 95% plus is suspicious. 100% grabs everyone's attention because you can understand that. But the typical registration rate in this country, an honest registration rate, might be more like in the mid-80s, and then maybe some 6-7% perhaps who are inactive registrants waiting to be removed. And so a number from mid-80s total registration to low 90s, all right, it's plausible. High 90s, no. 100% plus, no. So.
Now, Bob, where does Judicial Watch go from here? I know you're very busy with all different kinds of things, so.
Well, I think we've written letters to 19 jurisdictions we're particularly concerned with, and we've told them that they have more registrations than they should. Could they explain this to us? And if they don't, we're entitled to sue under the NVRA. So that's what we're going to do. We're in discussions with a lot of these jurisdictions. We certainly don't want to start any lawsuits if we don't have to. but if we have to, we will. So that's where we are.
Well, thank you, Bob, and thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.